Okay, what do you got? You got stuff you can verbalize, or do you need to send me a picture?
I'm going to send you one over here. Let's see when we can do something.
Okay. Let me know when it's been sent. The audio is not the best when we use phone.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to hear everything, so try to make sure you speak into the microphone.
All right.
So when is your final, Nick?
On that next week.
Next week? When next week? Are we going to have a session next Wednesday or not?
I do not think so.
Okay, let me make that thing right now. So next week your final is like on Tuesday? Before Wednesday?
I don't know yet.
Well, what do you want me to do? I don't want to leave this spot reserved by you if it's not going to be needed.
All right, hold on. Let me look at it. Is the 25th a Thursday?
26th is Friday, 25th is Thursday.
All right, we will have a session then.
Okay. I'll leave it there. And what do you got? Did you send me anything yet?
Yeah, I was in the GoToMeeting chat.
Ah. Where do we want to start?
We can start at the beginning.
Okay. Can you do all four of those things? And if there's anything there that you don't understand, let's talk about it.
I think the first one and the fourth one I can use a little help on.
Okay. Let's look at an example of the first one. What would be your first step here?
Add 40 each side.
Now what's your next step?
Square root of them.
So what's x equal to?
2.
Plus or minus? That's the mistake everybody makes. So you know how to do it. Just make sure that whenever you solve an equation by taking the square root, you start your answer with the words plus or minus, always. Never not that way. Now, the bottom one, I can identify the vertex from standard form. So if I gave you a standard form, can you tell me the vertex? No, that's the y-intercept. The vertex, the x-coordinate of the vertex is minus b over 2a.
Yeah.
So what's minus b here?
Minus b is 2.
What's 2a?
That is also 2.
So the x-coordinates of the vertex, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to really call that y, but the x-coordinate of the vertex is x equal 1.
Yes.
Okay, what's the y-coordinate of the vertex?
Is it 4?
Well, you plug in 1 for x.
Okay.
Do that, what do you come up with?
That is 4.
It's 3.
Ah,
It's 1 minus 2 plus 4.
yeah.
That's 3. So we were able to figure out not just the x, but the x and the y coordinate of the vertex. And that's what it says. Can you identify the vertex from standard form? We were dealing with a quadratic that was in standard form. It wasn't in vertex format. Now, vertex format is, we'll probably get to it, but it's this. In other words, if it's not in standard form, it's usually in that form. And in this form, there's no math to be done. The vertex is h comma k.
Alright.
So it's nice to have quadratics in vertex format because then you immediately know where the most important point is, which is the vertex. All right. Hold on. Number 1, solve that by using square roots.
Alright. I can do that.
Just give it to me line by line. What's your second line?
It's 2x squared equals,
Use a calculator if you need to. In other words, use whatever tools you're going to be allowed to use when you take your test.
18.
You didn't use a calculator. No, it's 24 minus 16. Get a calculator if you don't have one in front of you. You should always have one when we have a session.
That would be 8.
It's 8. Now what's the next line?
The next line is x squared equals 4.
And what's the last line?
X equals 2.
Oh, remember when I said if you're solving an equation, what is it?
Plus minus 2.
Plus or minus 2. Right. Always begin your answer with the words plus or minus. Okay. Let's take a look at number 2. Now here they want us to write it in standard form. Okay. Well, here's what standard form is. Ax squared, excuse me, let me back up a second. Hold on. Standard form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. In other words, the one they gave us earlier was standard form, and we had to figure when it's in standard form, you can still figure out the vertex. It's minus b over 2a, with that being b and that being a. Okay, so we have to take this equation and try to put it into this format. Well, let's start. Where do you begin?
Suppose by adding 3x both sides. So it's minus y equals...
Well, hold on a second. When you have no division going on, Best place to begin is always get rid of your parentheses. If you have division going on, in other words, if there are fractions, get rid of denominators. But there's no denominators in this problem. Let's get rid of the parentheses first, always. What is that? Hold on. No, I'm good to go, I think. No, my tablet stopped working. Hold on. Unplug it and plug it back in. Hopefully I won't need to reboot. Hold on, let me see if I close this out, whether it'll then let me reopen it. I hate to say this, but I'm going to have to reboot my computer. This happened yesterday. It took me about 3 minutes to reboot. And I will have to call you back with a new meeting ID number because I got to log off to go to meeting and log back in. So I will call you back and hopefully